Three, two. Welcome to Live with Toni Talks. And Taya the Diva, she has a life, so hopefully she will find a way to join us today. I think she's pretty excited about the topics. When she joins, do the normal. We'll keep on with everything and, have our conversation. But if you want to join the conversation, call that number 917-719-3746, and we would love to hear from you. We have a very, very, very special guest today by the name of Meechie. Say hi, Meechie.
What up, Bill? How y'all doing?
Okay, thank you, Meechie. Meechie had a post on, he's the sole reason why we went live today. Meechie had a post on Facebook that was pretty interesting. We're going to get to that, but let's start off with the first topic for today, okay? So, an Arizona dad was accused of killing a man who tried to enter his teen daughter's restroom stall and gets an 8-year prison term, okay? So, the story goes where it was a guy, he had to go pick up his daughters, and when he went to go pick up his daughters, the girl told her, like, while she was in the bathroom, this guy tried to come in, force his way into the stall. So when she told her dad, initially started snapping out. And then I guess he told the police, not the police officer, but the security guard, please get this dude before I have to get him. And the guy, swung off, the guy who was trying to force his way into the bathroom, swung off on the father. Well, when he swung on the father, I think it was temporary sanity. The father snapped out and beat the man to death.
Church.
That's all you had to say, church. Huh?
Hey, I probably see you more than that.
Hey, I can't hear you. Speak into the thing. I can't hear you.
Got my heart over here right now. Thinking about my own daughter. Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, that would make you completely snap out. So I don't think that I think that he should not have received an 8-year prison term, because things, when you dealing with stuff like that, that's a touchy subject. That's something that you don't play with. This man, anything, he could have came and found his daughter well raped,
Right.
So I don't think that that's right for them to throw the book at him like that. But this is 2016 and people, I said 2016, it's 2019, and I don't know what's going on as far as anything, but that's wrong. And I feel like even if the judge was a man or a woman, would you have done the same thing?
I'm sure the judge got the difference. I'm sure the judge got, daughters or anything like that, man. I feel like sometimes, when people they job, they don't do it. Just sometimes you gotta go outside the book.
Yeah.
Look at it, and it was yours. Look at it, it was your mother. Look at it, it was your auntie or something. If you don't have a sister, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think that that's right at all, because if you like you said, if it was your mother or your sister or somebody, and you found out that somebody, the person who tried to force their way into the bathroom is in the immediate vicinity, you would snap out. And he did try to get the security guard to intervene. If anything, it could have been seen as self-defense because the guy swung off on him first. It's not like he just bulldozed into the bathroom and started beating on the guy. The guy swung off on him first, and then his reaction was to beat him up. I don't think he intended to kill him. I think that was just what happened. You understand what I'm saying?
There is, I understand what you're saying, but there's no right, but there's no explanation when it comes to protecting yours. You know what
Yeah. Yeah, that's not right. That's
I'm getting still mine.
I wouldn't.
The right way, the wrong way. I'm sorry.
It's right. The way that they prosecuted him, you would think that he just pulled a gun out and just shot the dude in cold blood. You know?
Y'all got some different kind of laws out there. I know. Y'all look up on all kind of stuff like that. Y'all got some different kind of laws.
Oh, this wasn't in LA. This was, let's see if it's on the story. This was, this wasn't, let's see. I'm just going to reveal everything. This was Arizona. Yeah. Yes, this was in Arizona. This was posted by Fox News. Melvin Harris III was accused of fatally beating a man after the suspect allegedly tried to enter his daughter's locked restroom stall. So the stall was locked, but the guy tried to force his way in.
Sure.
So that's real messed up. But we're gonna hop to the second topic. The second topic, and I thought this was perfect that we had a male online, is it says the world's first injectable contraceptive, effective for 13 years, is close to final approval. Would you do that? Would you take it if you had the chance, to do a male contraceptive? Let's say you already have your kids and you don't, oh my gosh, you don't want any more kids or something like that. Would you take a contraceptive that lasts for 13 years?
Hey, look, check it out. I heard that was coming out too, like 2 weeks ago. I was thinking, I'm like, man, it just.
Hold on, I can't, hold on 1 second. I can't hear you, hold on 1 second. Okay, I can hear you now.
As a grown up, as a grown man, you do that with your kids, you know what I mean? They when you're young. You know what I'm saying?
You say, so have your kids while they're young? While you're young?
I would make sure my son would do that.
Oh, you would do that to yourself. Okay, what if there was complications that they learned about longer and the son wasn't able to produce? Would you feel guilty?
Oh, no. No, I won't feel guilty.
But as far as the whole thing is concerned, it's kind of like you would do that because you would want your son to live his childhood without being a underage father.
Oh, rather my son, if I had a son,
Uh-huh.
rather him just, go through life and without having to think that everything's a mistake, something like that.
So you just want to
Look, it's gonna drive me back to what we talking about. I'm all horny, but and I was fortunate enough not to have my first child. I was like 22.
hold on 1 second.
And you take one too, mama.
Hold on 1 second. Do you have the live on. Taya is trying to join us. Give me one moment. Let's see if I can get her on. She had to do something different.
And make sure she tell her, make sure she get on
some lip gloss. My lips look dry. Oh no.
I can tell.
Hello, Taya?
Hello? Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Okay, I see you. She just joined. Girl, he just lit my life up talking about make sure she got some lip gloss on because we sound like our lips dry.
What?
Right?
I don't use lip gloss for that exact reason.
Oh my God. Okay. He said, how you doing?
I'm fine. How are you tonight? Sorry about the delay.
So we are talking about male contraceptives. Did you read the story about the male contraceptives that they're planning on releasing that works for 13 years?
Mm-mm.
So there's a male contraceptive that they say they're close to launching, and it's almost close to final approval, and it lasts for 13 years. Meechie was saying that if he wouldn't get it for himself, but he would get it for his son because he feels like he wouldn't want his son to be a young father.
Makes sense. Sounds very legit. I too have a son. I don't want my son to be a young father either.
Okay, so
I definitely agree with that.
So, and then to follow that story, it's in the LA Times that sperm startups bet on declining male fertility. Several startups provide kits for men to send their sperm to labs for testing and freezing. So I know we've heard about eggs being frozen, but now they're freezing sperm. And the way I feel about this, for them to predict that the amount of male fertility is getting ready to go down, there's always a bigger picture to something. And when I read this story, I'm like, there's no way that you can, humanity has been around for a very long time. For you all of a sudden to make a prediction that men will no longer be able to be fertile anymore. You get what I'm saying? That reveals a big something else. Like, do you think that sounds like that could lead to some conspiracy theories that, and there are theories out there that state that they're trying to reduce the population. Do you think that there's something else that's going on? You know, on one end, they're trying to bring in the male contraceptives that last for 13 years, and on the other end, they're planning for a decrease in the amount of men that are able to reproduce.
I agree with that because
that all I can do, my only answer is global warming.
Is what? Global warming?
Global warming.
How does global warming fall?
Your content is dope.
I don't get it.
I know it's going to be serious, but I had me there. I thought I was on BDS.
No, I just feel like that sounds like something that sounds suspicious. Like, how can we've been around for this long, and now you're saying that men will no longer be fertile? Is there a reason behind this? Where are you getting this data from?
right, that's what I want to know.
Like, where are you getting this information from? And it's not just information that you got. You done started a whole business, like several businesses, based off the information.
Who's taking any time out of their life to go study these and to reveal it? For us to even the kids for you to know, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for us to know who would. But the thing is, there are people who have. So, that's where it leaves us with the situation where now we have this person who did do their research. They're saying, oh, well, we're about to have a situation where sperm is going to become a commodity. Imagine seeing sperm as a commodity. Like, you pumping out blanks. So you have to go shell out a few thousand just so your girl can get pregnant with another man's kid for y'all to have a baby. That doesn't even sound right.
That's crazy, man.
But that's where we're heading. Like, it's
scary. It's more scary. It's disrespectful, one. But
it's scary. It's definitely disrespectful. Like, how I know there are some men who play stepfathers to other people's kids, but to deliberately go out and impregnate your wife with someone else's sperm because of whatever reason, it just don't even sound right. It don't sound right. Okay, so then we're going to go. Huh?
One day, I would do nothing like this. One day down the line, I might want to see my son or my daughter. I already did.
Well, it's not gonna be your son or your daughter. You basically having somebody else's kid.
It's still mine.
You said it's still mine. It's somebody else's kids. I mean, that's that.
I know that when you do feel like that, though, it'd be like paperwork and stuff, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like that's a form of psychosis. I feel like those type of people are slightly crazy. And I understand if it was a deadbeat mother or father or something like that, but if you just went to the sperm bank and, I'm taking it to an extreme in the sense that you went to a sperm bank, it was somebody that donated sperm, and you and your wife couldn't conceive, but y'all wanted a child. You know what? That's not a state of psychosis, but I'm saying, like, in some situations, there are men who the father is around, the father wants to be around, but you for some reason have decided to claim this person's kid is yours, and like you're fighting a real father on it, even though they're a good dad. That's crazy. So let's see.
I know a little case like that though, like in real life. These two young ladies, and one lady, the one man gave the woman kids, and he desperately ended up having twins.
They ended up having twins, and what, the other lady started trying to claim the other lady's kids or something? What's going on?
No, the young ladies are together, and they use a male to get them kids.
Oh, so they're together and they had a threesome with the dude, so one of them could get pregnant so they could have kids together.
Right.
So was he a willing participant? Did he know that was the plan, or?
That was definitely the plan.
Do you still have your Bluetooth on? Can you take it off, because we're having problems hearing you?
You breaking up?
It's real low. Like, I need cuff the phone by your mouth or something, because it's real low.
Y'all maybe. So I was thinking my Android and having this problem.
But yeah, so let's go to your topic. Okay, this one made me invite Meechie onto the channel because Earlier today, I was just scrolling through, see if I could find something that was interesting. And it said, if you, this was his thing. It said, if you ever got caught doing it, and have you ever got caught doing it, kept doing it. So basically, like in a situation where your significant other is cheating or you're cheating, and your significant other walks in, would you keep fucking? What happened here? What happened?
We have questions.
What happened, Meechie? What's the story behind this?
First of all,
Wait a second, we can't hear you.
if it wasn't my significant other that got me, you know, I would have been dead.
Can you cuff? You said can you cuff the phone? I can't hear you.
Let me try this one more time. Can you hear me now?
You're coming through perfectly.
I'm in there?
Yes.
So, I didn't get caught by no significant other. That was just something else.
You came through when you said come. Can you hear me now? It came through good, and now it went right back out.
And I didn't touch anything.
Wait a second. So you did get caught by your significant other. Who did you get caught by?
I didn't know what my granny and my mama done that shit.
You got caught by your granny and your mama.
Like, couple times, different times.
Now what was going on? You was in the crib or something that thought they was gone? What happened?
Yeah, that's very weird. Look, when my granny asked on me, she was going to work. She got to work her up. That was a Halloween, man. I was wondering, I ain't gonna say her name. And her flow was going down, goddamn. And the lady got them Mexican and all. She said, I thought, I'm gonna do something like this. Mexican clothes on the yeah.
Wait a second. So you said your granny was gone and you and the girl were in there going to town. Y'all was getting it on. And your granny walked in and what did she say?
Maybe put your clothes on.
Baby, put your clothes. Were you embarrassed?
Shit, I kept on stroking.
Oh. In front of your grandma?
But you know how parents do. They talk to their friends. You know what I'm saying? Granny was talking to her friends. She was like, this little motherfucker. Don't you know what?
That didn't make you go soft? Like.
Bad about it now. At the time, shit, you know,
You was a little bit too lost in the sauce.
you know what? That's what it was. I was lost in the sauce.
Wait a second, I can't. You said it was good. Hold on, I can't hear. What'd you say?
I'm in that. Lost in the sauce. That one. I'm walking around with that one.
Oh my God! So it was feeling too good, and you just was like, "Fuck you, Granny," and kept fucking.
I didn't say, nah, I didn't say fuck you, Granny.
You would say "fuck you, Granny," but you kept fucking.
I did not say that. I was already goddamn foul. I was already on the road.
You was already doing it. It was too late. Might as well get your fun, huh? Get what you came for.
But look, the weirdest shit is crazy though. Like you get caught, and you know what I'm saying, you lost in the sauce like that.
Uh-huh.
A man can hold back. Some men can hold back. I don't know about everybody else. I did.
so you trying to get them last 3 pumps like fuck it. And oh my God. So what happened when your mom caught you?
Mama got me. My mama walked in on me, shouted. Every shouted. Walked in, mama walked up and mama said, just come down my motherfucking house. You know, so walked in and I killed something. She walked back out the door, go to the and talked to her like, shit, you motherfucker. Act like
Are you serious? So you kept dogging the girl out in front of your mama? You said you had to. Like, what was the conversation like? Were you able to look your parents in the face, your grandma in the face afterwards? Like, was y'all relationship a little different? Did she look at you cross-eyed afterwards? Every time your grandma walked past. Oh my! How old were you when this happened? You was 15? Oh my God! No.
It's just better, but it was right, you know what I'm saying? I was just laughing and giggling about it, so I wasn't too long on and that. It was my grandma.
Oh my God!
That really was that's really right there. You know what? That's when you can walk up the river and do it at the same time. When I was coming up.
Why?
You don't want to come back over there no more? You want to see her come over there? Yeah. You got doing to it. You ain't going to come back over there no more. You got to face your granny and your mama though.
I don't know, but I know it's hard for us to hear what you're saying. Can you hear Taya? Taya, can you hear?
I can hear some of it, but not all of it.
I could barely hear him, and I have him on a speaker and everything. I'm definitely gonna have to do something about this. But overall, like, that's a whole. I thought that you were saying cheaters, that you had a girl over, and your girl, you know what I'm saying? Your girl walked in, and she caught you in the act. But you talking about grandma and mama caught you in the act, and you kept smashing. That's a whole different ball game. that's some other. I wouldn't even be able to look at. Huh?
Like, I'm out of it, like, for real. I wouldn't put nobody, I wouldn't even put myself in a position like that. I would have got my ass caught.
You just got caught in the act, but the thing is, you didn't just get caught in the act. You kept going at it like, fuck you, grandma. I mean, you didn't say it, but, like, man, close the door. You. Oh, God. I really thought that you were talking about.
I'm disappointed in myself, but I was laughing about it though because, I'm raising 3 daughters, you know what I'm saying? So, on that note, you know what I mean? I try not to be like, overly, you know what I mean? All this back when she's 14.
So your oldest, yes. So now they in the age range of where you was doing your dirt that, they say that karma's a mug. After you do. So what did the girls say when they got caught? Did they try to move or did you try to pin them down? What happened?
Somebody wants to come up to jet.
Yeah, which
Somebody wants to my baby.
yeah.
Nah, I don't look, man. They move. I don't. Hey, they free. I just try to let them know, to be thankful. I don't tell them, I let them move freely. They got their own plan.
Uh-huh.
They do their damn thing, though.
Do you keep a watchful eye on them, knowing the stuff that you done pulled?
You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm like a hypocrite if I complain about some stuff, though. I just know, I ain't gonna even say niggas. I know brothers. I know men. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A man. So, on that note, my baby just got to the ninth grade. My oldest baby. She had certain things, I'll fuck with her though and tell her that it's gonna go to where, you better have a ride or you better have friends. You get down, so ain't gonna like yourself.
Uh-huh.
I get it. I get it.
I understand, like, if I had, I get the point of you experience life, so now you don't want to stop your children from experiencing life. But like in situations like that, like would you try to give them a warning, like don't be at some boy house getting it busy because his mama might come home?
Right, they gonna make them motherfuckers go and go jump down.
I remember when I was a kid, it was this girl who stayed down the street from us, and she was a horrible little girl. And she used to, and I'll never forget, I'm the type of person, when people talk down about people, let me go see what it's about. This person might not be that bad, but that girl was that bad. Like, she showed me, she had a little mat laid out in a garage where she would let the little boys do stuff to her, and like behind the garbage can and stuff like that. And I'm just sitting there, I was like, I'm like, I didn't know I was a stuck up little kid, but I was. So I'm just like, this little nasty.
Not because you love the country, she telling me right now, I wish you see my face.
Huh? Yeah, how you think I felt? I thought people were just saying stuff about this girl, and come to find out, like, she's showing me her little duck outs, and I was like, what the mess? I was a kid, and I went home and I told my mom, but at the same time, it's like, there are kids out there like that, and you wonder, like, what are the parents doing? So if you was to hear something about your kid like that, like somebody came back and say, hey, so-and-so had your daughter, with a tooted up in the air, and they say something, would you be upset knowing your past history?
But I would, like, oh God, you got me sweating now. You should rub it in spit now.
But I'm saying, would you be upset?
But like, I mean, to a certain degree, it's still my daughter at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Everybody made mistakes.
Yeah.
I made mistakes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you would be more understanding than.
I done made more than one mistake.
Uh-huh.
To take me and form me to where I am today. You know what I mean? So I don't want my daughter to go through that, but hell, I got three. Maybe one was help the other two. You know what I'm saying? There's always a sacrifice. They don't let you talk about Illuminati. Yeah, the Illuminati, you go on goddamn family. Yeah. My mama was Illuminati, goddamn it. Getting high. I don't get high. You know what I'm saying? I was talking earlier about you got to do the honey shit.
Wait a second. This is why we need to hear you, because you just went on a whole different topic, and I can't hear what you saying. All I heard was your mama smoked, and she was Illuminati.
no, that's a sacrifice though. People talk about the sacrifice though with the Illuminati. You know what I'm saying?
Sacrifice of who?
You know, it might be one person in your family, man, that messed up in life for you to learn. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that in life. You know what I mean?
So did you mean Illuminati? Do you mean like what made you bring that up? Like if you mess up in life, are they coming after you? What? How did that? I'm trying.
No. What I mean is, okay, we was talking about, you know what I'm saying, girls, we talking about a daughter, we talking about like one person, like so if you got a brother, right, and he's in the game and he end up getting hurt, you know what I'm saying? That's the younger brother should be that. You know what I'm saying? That was the sacrifice. You don't want to be in that though. You know what I mean?
Wait a second. I ain't get what you said. You said if you have a brother that's in the game.
So if you was my mama, right? I had a hard time tonight if you was doing drugs. Why the hell would I talk to? You gotta break that. You know what I mean?
So how does that? Wait a second. So you're. I'm so confused. We done got off. Can you hold the phone up to your mouth because we can't hear you, and the parts that we're hearing are non-coherent, and it's going off into something else. So I want to get a full understanding of everything that you just said. You said if you have a younger brother, and the brother gets hurt, and the other brother sees it, then that's his sacrifice to the Illuminati?
It's equivalent to it. Why would you still be, or why would you want to be in the game? Or you know, it's equivalent to anything in life, though, man. You ain't gotta. If somebody getting high, or using drugs, if you using crack, you know, I don't want to use crack because you using crack.
So how does that go to the Illuminati?
Sacrifice. Everybody, every family, everybody got somebody that sacrifices somebody. You know what I mean?
So you're saying the concept of the sacrifice to the Illuminati is similar to watching someone and their downfalls and learning from it? It's the equivalent? So
I got 12 nephews. If my 12 nephews see me with a whole bunch of women, they're gonna think that shit cool. You know what I mean? And it's not. It ain't gonna sacrifice me.
wait a second. So the thing is, so are you saying that your life experiences qualify you as a member of the Illuminati, or are you saying that your life experiences are being compared to the rhetoric of the Illuminati?
My life ain't compared to nothing because I know what I know, and I don't follow behind people. I'm not a follower.
So you say you're not part of the Illuminati. You're not part of it. You're just saying that you're using your experiences to relate to the whatever the Illuminati got going on.
No good.
I'm trying to understand because you brought it up. I just want to make sure because this is not what we promote on this show. But I just want to make sure that we get what you saying clearly, because it's other people who listen to this, and I don't support that logic at all. I really don't, and I don't support anything that has anything to do with those type of organizations. You're actually the first person that I had come on.
I only bring that up. I'm sorry I brought that up on your show.
Yeah, you the first person that came on the show and said anything like that. On the episode before this, we had a pastor on. So I just wanted to get a full understanding of where you were coming from.
Right. So my mother, she had me, so, my mother had me, smoking crack was probably like
Okay, so you're comparing smoking crack to the way that people see smoking weed.
From the times that we are in.
Yeah.
I'm more than 80.
I understand that where people are pushing marijuana and it's kind of like they were pushing.
With the effect of that drug too.
Uh-huh.
So I feel like my mama could sacrifice to educate her addiction to the drug.
So you're saying that her addiction was a sacrifice?
You gotta be. I know better not to fuck with nothing like that. Excuse my language.
So you're saying that you learned from observing her and how it tore her down to try it, but how did it come to the point to where you considered it a sacrifice?
None of my sisters and brothers get high.
Okay, so after watching your mother get high, y'all decided y'all don't want to get high because you saw what happened to her, and you're saying that her addiction was a sacrifice to teach y'all not to do what she's doing.
Like, I'm the only one. Like, I on weekend that separate. All kind of stuff, man. Like, we get real.
Yeah, it does. It just got real on Live with Toni Talks because there's a lot of stuff that's going on in this world where, you know, people are a part of different things and different organizations and different groups and stuff like that. And sometimes people, because it's popular, they go along with it and then they try to apply that logic to their life when they don't fully understand what those groups are doing, etc. So I get what you're saying, like your trials and tribulations in life and watching other people and learning from their mistakes. But when it goes into you talking about, you know, sacrifices and all this other stuff, I don't think that you have a full understanding of how these groups operate. And, you know, that's how they end up getting new members and, you know, entrapping people in this little web of deceit. But overall, I think that you probably just need to stay as far away from that stuff as possible. That's just my own personal opinion. But they do look for people like you, especially if you're an impoverished a person and you are, you know, seeking a way out or you want to make some type of money and make something for yourself. They look for people like you who don't know any better, who think you know something, and they do have y'all do stuff. I think if you remember back in the 90s, it used to be a thing where they say, to get into street gangs, not secret criminal organizations, but to get into street gangs, you would have to go out and shoot and kill somebody in order. You remember that? You remember them showing us that type of stuff when we were in school? Taya, you'll have to go out and shoot somebody. Yeah, prove your loyalty or get jumped in. So, or with girls, you will have to have a train run on you and all the other different stuff and stuff like that. But, you know, things are a lot different now, and it's a lot of, because we relegated to conspiracy. Yeah. I just need to speak on this because I want to clear this up because I don't want this to be associated with my show. I don't want anybody else to come onto my show and say, you know, Taya, I hope you agree with me. I don't want anybody else to come on the show and think it's okay to say stuff like that, even though you weren't in the wrong because you were just speaking on that topic. But I said it's a few things that are taboo, and that's one of them because a lot of people don't understand those types of groups and their MO and how they operate, and I don't fall in alignment with any of that at all, and I never will, because there is a seedy underbelly to that, and you're talking about sacrifices, and you know, if you research, they are actually out here murdering people, and there are children missing, and then they have things and all types of stuff. So I do not support that at all. But I understand, you know, the media made that type of stuff popular, and they broke down certain, or they told y'all about certain things. So, you know, you have this ideology set up in regards to how those organizations operate, even though they don't operate like that. That's more so just to trick and bamboozle and get idiots, not idiots, but people who don't know any better to fall into that trap of, you know, I saw something online today where they was coming at my nephew. Some dudes talking about, oh, you know, I want to get money. I'm going to get rich. I'm about to join the Illuminati, baby. It don't work like that.
Hell no. Why would you use that?
But that's what they're pushing to the youth. You obviously at one point or another have fallen victim to the media campaign that they're pushing. So I don't like that. I never will. And but I get where you're saying. I get where you're talking about your life experiences, and you're not the only person in the world who had, you know, parents that were on drugs, or parents that abused alcohol, or went through abusive situations and stuff like that. Like, I totally feel with you wholeheartedly, but at the same time, I feel like
that's not even your fault for the next person to even figure out on.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but we want to support you and help you come to a healing and talk about those things.
Come on, man, break that cycle.
Yeah, we have to break that cycle, but part of the problem comes where, you know, people are preying on those type of people, to where, you know, you came from the broken home, you came from a family without the father, or a family without the mother, or they both were there but it was an abusive situation, or you just had poverty. So, you know, how you think you got that golden ticket like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. There are people who out there who prey on people like that, because they know that you're willing to do anything to get a taste of something, and you don't even know what the something is. You know, so I totally get it, but to go back to the cheater stuff, you wild as hell. I would have never, if my grandma would have walked in, I would have stopped. But you kept going. Like you in a whole league of your own. You in a league of your own. Huh? I still haven't seen. You said, let me get these last 2 strokes in my nut and then I'm going to stop, Grandma. You came in too fast. Go back out for a minute.
I thought that, but I didn't say that. You said that.
You said that when you get caught, or certain situations.
I tell my grandma that.
I ain't say you said you told her that, but I'm saying you said, like, you was trying to get them last few strokes in so you could get what you came for.
So plug in and you go.
So what did the girl do? Did she scream when the grandma came in? What happened?
You know how, look, you a woman. I hate to be talking to you like that because I ain't got no bitch talking to you like this.
But what did she do? Oh my God. Okay.
Grab hard. Make it that big hole.
Oh no. So we're gonna hop to the next topic. And it basically say, don't play the role of a wife to a man who isn't your husband. I don't even want to do this no more, because now I try to keep, and it's a lot of people that's mixed in this stuff, but it say don't play the role of a wife to a man who isn't your husband. So now, like, there are a lot of women out here who, you know, play the role of a wife to I've done it. I was getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning, making pancakes and for breakfast, and frying his chicken and whatever so he could have a fresh lunch, and ironing clothes, and girl, I was wild.
My whole thing, okay, so my whole thing is there are very few differences between a girlfriend and a wife. Okay, now I make dinner for him and my kids. if we were married, I would
Wait,
still
we
make
can't
dinner
hear
for him
you.
and my
Let her
kids.
talk. I'm listening.
So there's a lot of stuff that goes in a relationship that women and men are supposed to do that wives and husbands do too.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, give my boyfriend a back massage when his back hurts. A wife would give her husband a back massage. So when they say don't do wife things for someone who isn't your husband, it's kind of hard not to do it because a wife does the same thing as a girlfriend. So I never understand that.
No. When it's the wife thing, the wife is above and beyond.
Like, I mean, I go above and beyond to make him happy, but I'm not getting up at 3 a.m. frying chicken and shit. What the fuck?
But y'all also, exactly, that's what I said, doing wife things. You said girlfriend, wife. Wife, I was getting up, making this man a fresh breakfast, a fresh lunch. If his clothes a little, iron his clothes up, run his bath water. I mean, like, I really played the wife role because that's what I was exposed to.
This nigga irons his own shit. I don't iron clothes anyway. Like, I don't know. I just don't iron my clothes. I just hang them up.
Ironing. I hate ironing, but at the same time, like, the problem with me was, and I understand that in myself. Another reason why I go sell, because I don't know how to be a girlfriend because my mom was a wife, so she always did wife.
That's the same thing. That's the same thing.
You said
the only thing that would change if me and my man got married is my last name. Nothing else will change.
Right there. I just naturally nice. I'm looking for having the moral.
yeah, being a wife it's a little. You gonna notice once you get married, Taya. You will realize, like, wait a second, I'm doing wife stuff now. This is wife shit.
I'm allergic to that word.
Wife is combined bank accounts, or you understand, he gives you his whole check, and instead of saying fuck him, you thinking about 10 years in the future, wife stuff.
That's what goes on now, though. Like, we're talking about getting a bank account, and he pays the bills and even gives me what I like to call a girlfriend allowance. Like, even though I have my own money, I usually don't have to spend my own money.
Girlfriend allowance and wife allowance are two different things. Wife allowance is you give me your whole check, and then I give you what's left over.
Right, but he has to pay the bills.
You pay, yeah.
He can't give me his whole check if he's paying the bills.
Okay, so you let him take care of the bills.
Yeah.
Okay, that's smart. I mean, that works. I wouldn't feel safe doing that.
Like, I often be like, oh, do you need help with this bill? Do you need help with that bill? And he'd be like, no, keep your money. Like, that's what he wants to pay all the bills. So I'm like, shit, cool.
Yeah, my ex used to give me his whole check, and I would take the check, and I would pay all the bills. I would take care of everything, and whatever was left over, I would take apart, and then I'd give him the rest.
Oh, I'll give the rest back. Oh, no.
No, I ain't give the rest back. I took my part, and then I gave him whatever was left over.
That's not what I said. Why? It's y'all thing.
Huh?
That's y'all thing. It's not his thing.
Exactly. So he would give me the check, but she's saying, see, it all goes into who is responsible for taking care of the financial aspect of the home. So, if he tells you to keep your check in your pocket, and then he takes and he pays for whatever, and then he gives you the girlfriend allowance, that works as well. That's similar to him taking his check and giving, if you were tasked with paying all the bills, he gives you his check and you pay off all the bills, you still get your girlfriend allowance, and he still has his money in the pocket. So there's no difference there. It's just all in about who's responsible. The money still falls in the same direction. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
But as far as what, like, I don't know. That was stupid on my behalf because, I'm getting him prepared and saying prayers at the door and kissing and blah, blah, blah. And he was going to go see the bitch he was fucking at his job. So, I mean, what? So I'm cooking pancakes. She cupcakes.
You was just sounding like my wife. You said that man was supposed to somebody at work.
Yeah, he was bogus. He was real bogus. But it wasn't just him. That's one thing. I don't fault the man anymore because I fought him because he was horrible for doing that. But I also ran into 4 or 5 different times where the people he was around was telling him to cheat on me. Like he was around bad people. So I can't. I sit here and I'm like, okay, I blame him, but I see that as the enemy. The enemy has something against our relationship. And I walked in a few times, like I was outside the door, I was coming downstairs, and it was a group of dudes at the door, like, man, why don't you get with her? She fine as hell. She look good. Your girl won't know. Your girl ain't gonna know nothing. You understand? Like she ready for you right now. Why you playing? Blah blah blah. Like I literally walked up on that, and I come out the door like I'm looking at them, and they just smile, just looking. I'm like, what the fuck, y'all? He telling y'all no or whatever, and y'all telling him to go mess with this girl, and they've done it more than once.
I work with my people like that.
So I feel, huh?
Before my wife was my wife, she was the mother of my 2 oldest child.
Uh-huh.
We got a fall out. I walked away. And I came back, stayed together for a second, and then we got married.
Oh.
But on top of that, man, I would not. If I ever dealt with another woman, that woman has to know this is something that I just know that this is what I just want.
But I'm gonna ask you from a male perspective: is that normal for dudes to tell a dude to mess with another girl, and then after they tell him to mess with the girl, they was trying to talk to me, so they was trying to break up my relationship so they could get with me, well, thinking they had a chance with me.
That was the spin-off. So the dude that you were dealing with was dealing with a dude that those snake skinning dudes.
Snake skinning? What you mean by that?
Snake skin. Snake skin mean snake skin like you can't get your own woman. You gotta get your woman, man. You don't know how to get your own woman, and then you gotta go do something, see something that another man got. And that's snake skin.
So they was basically just hating to get him to break up with his girl so they could swoop in and try to take me, even though that's not what happened. Like that, I wasn't going. But they thought they had a chance if they got rid of him.
Because all they want to do is get your advice or your females or however they want to do.
They were all up and through my DMs, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna respond to it. So basically, they ended up breaking up a relationship and still ended up with nothing.
So who's who?
We did. Well, I don't know. He probably would. I pray he's with a girl that loves him and stuff. I pray the best for him because he needs it. So I don't wish any ill will on them. But I've been thinking about that. Like, I've never seen that happen to anybody else before. And I thought, like, was there something unique about my situation where every time I looked up, it was a group of guys standing around my ex telling him to go mess with another chick.
But it's okay in your future. The best thing to do, you can be there for your guy or whatever, you know what I mean? Don't, if you try to reach around guys, tell them they ass to be gay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's going for real niggas.
Tell on them gay, like, hey, this is what it is, and blah, 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 and I see y'all ass. No.
No, man. Your partner ain't your partner, man.
Yeah. People are weird nowadays. So the last one was a post by, I don't even want to bring him up right now because this conversation did take a left turn. and I know that some of these people may be affiliated with that stuff. But it was basically talking about how there are some people out here, and they called it nigga-itis, where they would do anything that they can to try to ruin what you got going on in your life, or to keep you at a lower level than what you are. Like, they would go completely out of their way to try to destroy your life or your situation. And, you know, I feel like that's not, well, I mean, that falls right into what I was talking about, where people, for no reason, not for no reason at all, they just go out of their way to try to destroy your life. Like, how do you, as a man, how do you deal with those type of situations? Do you see them before they come? Or do you handle it while it's happening? Like, how do you navigate that kind of, when you find you got somebody like that around you?
You gotta get it done on hand. Gotta get it done. I'm on hand. I ain't gonna wait nothing. I'm gonna throw that up front. Live in the flesh. That's just my thing. It might not be the right thing to do. That's just me. I can't speak for the next person.
So what, when you say get it done on hand, what do you mean?
I'm going to address the situation.
Oh, you gonna address the situation. You gonna say.
It's something that I learned something though as you growing up though. You don't gotta be loud to that person's inside. If anything, I gotta address something with side to side.
I don't know. People are a little too shady nowadays. That's why I don't mess with a lot of people in a lot of different situations, because it's a lot of silent haters. It's not.
Well, it's not fair. Well, I don't know, but I ain't doing nothing to still make myself more vulnerable though. You know what I mean?
How do you mean you make yourself more vulnerable?
Now I'm fucking with people.
How does that make you more vulnerable?
Make yourself more vulnerable when it still sees you though, so to speak. When they used to fucking with you, you're not fucking with them. I'm riding through my hood right now, man. Thinking about our people, world, all that.
Oh, so how do you feel about that Juice World killing? Do you think that was a setup, or what is your take on it?
What did we did though? Man. Okay.
And swallowed all those pills?
And I'm out here in Illinois right now, so it's all you listen.
Yeah, wasn't he from Chicago?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, and I know my nephew took it especially hard. I'm not gonna talk about it. I know some laugh. I'm wrong for laughing. I'm not talking about the death of the man, but just the way that my nephew decided to express himself. But I'm sorry to hear that happened, but it seems like the world is still kind of in shock, and there are a lot of people out here trying to say that it was on him and blah, 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 blah. And, you know, you get a lot of different takes on that situation, but overall, I mean, we just going to let the man rest in peace, because it's a little bit too late, and pray that no more young men in that industry, young black men in general, become victims to that type of lifestyle, because it was popularized for a long time. But I'm about to wrap this call up. I do thank you for joining us, Meechie. You did take me for a loop though, because I thought you was talking about, it's lit as fuck cheaters. I'm thinking you got a story. You was in there smashing and Shorty walked in, and you know, this dude, he exactly. You got some traumatizing situations. Granny see you and you just keep stroking. I'm at a loss for words, young man. I don't know. Oh, you was a little strange. You a little strange. But I'm gonna let this go, and I thank everybody for joining us live with Toni Talks. We are so happy that Taya was able to join us. I told y'all this lady is a workaholic. So if she's not on the show, it's because she's out taking care of business. You know, she a little tired. This is her weekend. So we going to send much love to Taya, get you some rest, and I'm going to let everybody go. We about to sign out. Huh?
Good night, guys. No, it's just, much love to you and everybody watching. Good night.
Good night.